Greetings all and welcome back to Globit's Gaming Channel. Okay, replay for today then. We've got a driver here in a T-34, the Tier 5 Soviet medium tank. I think it is actually the most widely produced tank ever. The Soviets made thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these vehicles. Not exactly a great design, however. Modifications later on in the war and that, they put bigger guns on them and they became quite a formidable threat because of numbers. Lots of other things, but not going into the history of it. This is Seal Padder. A pretty fitting name. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is a seal clubbing video, okay? It's a very special seal clubbing video though. If you're going to seal club, you need to do it like this. Anyway, we digress. So, he's in a T-34. He's on a Tier 5 match. Fisherman's Bay. As you can see by Seal Padder's stats there, he's got less than 1,000 battles and he's got over 2,000 WN8 rating and a 56% win ratio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Monotomic's alt account, okay? Monotomic is a good friend of mine. I've known him for a while in the World of Tanks community. He's a Unicum standard player, if not Unicum, very bloody close to it. He's a good guy. And basically he's made this account to basically start again and decompress and just chill out and enjoy the grind on some of the tanks, I believe. I believe also it's a secondary account so he can get a premium tank that you can get for invite a friend system. I think it's a T-95 E3 or E5. I think it's T-95 E3. It's a unique tank, but you have to like invite a friend and they have to get to tier 10. You have to fill loads of criteria, but by the by. So he's doing it with an alt account. So I think what he's going to do is grind up to tier 10 using his secondary account. And he basically sent me this replay because he's up until the T-34. You go through things like the A20 and that. And his stats have got progressively better. I mean, if I went back to the start, and most of us went back to the start, you would get stats similar to this in the early days of your account. We're all fighting against our noobness when we were new. And yes, that is a Chinu that's just bounced a shell. Don't worry, it's not the gun's fault. Okay, it does have 112 penetration with 85 damage and a really good rate of fire. So basically, what Seal Padder's going to do here, or Monotomic, I'm going to refer to him as Mono from now on. Monotomic's going to do here is basically just play like a decent player. He doesn't do anything special, really. He doesn't play. He just has a bit better awareness than these guys. It's the difference between a guy who's good and a guy who isn't. I'll try and point out stages in the replay where he does actually behave like a better standard of player rather than the kind of average Joe that you get in most World of Tanks games. And it's his situational awareness that really impressed me. For more ways than one. He doesn't expose himself over this ridge very much, and he keeps the bushes. Particular point. Their enemy tanks were spotted over that direction there. If you see where my mod thing is wiggling, he is looking into the town. He doesn't go beyond those bushes, and he doesn't fire aimlessly and take pot shots until he moves away from the ridge, because he doesn't want to get shot by the flak toaster or the Chinu. So there's one example of him being a little bit better, and the little tiny little tips that can help you. And basically goes over to help the town. The T-34 is a capable vehicle. I can't remember if I've actually been through it. I don't think I have. I may have played it in my very early days, but I honestly, God, can't remember. I probably have to get the K1S, but I'll check my stats, I'll check my service record when I get back into my game. I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever owned one. Or if I did, I thought it was shit and solely because it didn't do a lot of damage. But then that's the back in the day when you didn't know a great deal about the game. I've gone away. I was using as well a little bit of a chat about the mod pack as well. I've gone on to another build of mod pack which shows me a little bit more information about the players. I can't remember what the mod pack's build is, but it's not Circumflex's mod pack anymore. For some reason, Circumflex's mod pack, I lost my artillery aiming circle. When I'm playing Burt, I don't get that spotty circle that shrinks for some reason. No idea why. So I switched mod pack, and this one seems to be working a lot better. There's a little bit more information on the minimap, give me range markers on the minimap, which is useful when we're doing team battles. It's broken down into 50 meter circles, which is kind of handy. Anyway, so here's another situation where he's behaving like a better player. The other two guys are just basically going to rush the cat blindly and die, but Ono doesn't do that. Okay, he knows that those enemy tanks are there. He can see the flak toasters do it. He's not going to go out into the open. Unfortunately, he could have done probably hitting the flak toaster there and there as well. But unfortunately, the terrain and the camera angles, the shots are dipping into the ground. Unfortunately, Alright. So what are we going to do now then? Well, we've got issues. The left flank has fallen, we've won the right flank, and these guys, like complete noobs, alright, which they're not very good players, they're just going to charge across the open field, alright, into the enemy tank destroyers and camping tanks that they can't see, and just basically lose all their health, which, you know, isn't ideal. So Mono notices that he needs to get back because the left hand flank's fallen, and he just goes back to try and defend. The artillery, I think, is taken out in short order, so I don't think he's actually AFK. But those guys in the north aren't going to fare very well at all in the very near future. Alright, so we've noticed the threat to the cap. It's about time to go back. Alright, now we'll put the speed to the T-34 to use. It's not an overly quick tank, but it's okay for a medium at tier 5. It's pretty fast. It can, like I say, downhill, it can achieve just under 60 kilometers an hour, which is pretty decent going. It doesn't do that uphill, but there you go. Now the B1 and the Panzer IV-D are just now going to charge the cap blindly because of idiots. Because they told them, to, yeah, go cap guys, go cap. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, my dog's going bananas. I'll be right back, guys.
Where were we? Oh yeah, dog's finished going bananas. Okay, so we're going to reset the cap. Being tactical about it, we want a ridge between the cap and us, and preferably a bush of some description. But we spot the VK on the way in. Now, double bush location. He can't see us. Don't manage to reset, unfortunately, because we didn't do any damage to him. That time we do. And that's all she wrote. Now, that Panzer IV-D died just in time. Yes, we are on for another Kolobanov's medal. Like I said, if you're going to seal club, do it in style, guys. We've got 300 health to play around with. What have we got in the cap circle? Possibly something Chinese. And something British, a Sherman 3. Ooh, that guy's got the dirt gun by the looks of it. You notice how he backed away from the bushes there? Sherman can't even see him. Sherman has no idea where these shots are coming from, because he's double bushed. He destroys that guy from a double bush location. Sherman 3 drives towards the threat, the indicated threat. Misses with his first shell. Mono misses again. Oh, accuracy nerf. Got to DPM him down. Can't afford a dirt hit to the face. Whoa, very lucky there. Managed to take out the Sherman 3 with 200 health left. Fantastic. So all we've got left is an enemy T-34 and a flak toaster. The flak toaster and the T-34, though, are both on 3 kills. They ain't no slouches. They do know how to shoot straight. Alright, which is a problem. I wish all my teams were as bad as this one. Not taking anything away from Monatomic, though. Of Kolobanov's medal, no matter how you get it, is worthwhile, because even 5 idiots can put their heads together and make a sterling defence enough to kill 450 hit points worth of T-34. Now this is where we get into the hatch shooting competition. Mono doesn't want to expose too much of his tank. The thing is, if you get into an engagement like this, guys, just to give you a heads up, that tank's got more health than us. If he's got the same gun, if we don't get the first shot off, he's going to kill us before we kill him. So we've got to play this reasonably safe. Now, if we had a significant amount more health than him, you could just run at him. You could just charge him, be aggressive, you know. We're going to wait to drop off the radar, though, and use a double bush location again. As soon as this enemy disappears, which he hasn't done yet, he should have disappeared off the spotting range, so we must be spotting him from underneath the bushes. Has anybody else noticed this? In World of Tanks, there are some bushes that just don't seem to work. I've been noticing this on maps like Prokhorovka, Sacred Valley, things like that. You get into a bush as a scout and they just don't seem to work. It just seems every time you go into that bush you get spotted. And we are just literally playing the hatch sniping game. And thankfully, due to his experience, Monatomic wins. He did actually forward in the email to me as well that he has only got an 80% crew in this tank and he has no modules on it whatsoever. All he's got is your basic set of consumables. He's not using premium time with his alter can. I'm just going to speed up the replay now, because basically he has to go hunting for the flak toaster. However, using his superior knowledge of the game from his thousands of battles on his normal account, he's basically knows where the flak toaster was, because this isn't part of the mod pack. If you look where the flak toaster was last spotted, up there in B2, that isn't a mod pack thing anymore. It used to be. You used to have to download a mod pack to get that, but now it's left in the game. So what he's going to do, he's going to scout the mid-ridge just in case the flak toasters come to get him right over the mid-ridge, which is what he's expecting him to do. And then he's going to go down the opposite flank. Because the engagement, even if the flak toaster is a brain dead moron, he will know, the flak toaster will know that the engagement happened in J8. So therefore, he may be expecting to come from the town. Do you think that flak toaster's moved? Well, you know, I'm not being a pessimist, but I doubt it. Mono's still checking his corners, though. He's checking his angles. He won't have 6th sense, so he's got to basically use his health pool, of which there's only 84 health left. And a flak toaster can have a really dangerous gun at tier 5. It's a useless tank destroyer. It's really fast. It's got no armour whatsoever, but it's got a fantastic, fantastic gun. If you can keep that thing hidden, it's dangerous. And in the hands of a decent player, it's absolutely deadly. But what's the betting? He's in exactly the same spot, facing exactly the same way he's been facing for the entire game. The T-67 tries to pull a bit of a fast one and say he's AFK, but then he spots us he ain't AFK. Right, Mono misses his first shot, right, but he won't miss his second. Bang. GG Mono. Right, let's have a look at the post-game stats of that one then. So, post-game stats on that game in the T-34 then, from Seal Padder, aka Monatomic, you dirty Seals clubbing individual. Earned himself a Mastery Badge, Fire for Effect, a Duelist, Bruiser, and a Kolobanov's Medal on his alternate account. Guys, I don't care how bad you think that replay was and how big a Seal clubbing session it was. Alright, a Kolobanov's Medal is never something to shy away from. He also got a Defender, High Caliber, and a Top Gun. Alright, it's a really, really good game, even though it was the dirtiest, filthiest seal clubbing session I've ever seen in all my life. But like I say, to stand alone against 5 tanks, even if they're idiots, alright, you do need to have a bit of a nous about you. So thanks for sending that, Mono. I like seeing these rare medals. Somebody has mentioned in my previous video, my T29 video, that the Razanized Heroes medal is rarer than the Kolobanov's medal. It is, but a Razanized Heroes medal, there needs to be a certain set of circumstances that they're a lot more out of your control than what it is with the Kolobanov's medal. What I'm trying to say, Razanized Heroes is killing 14 tanks. Your team has to be pretty fucking special not to kill more than one tank. To be honest, it's one of those 1 in a million games. Kolobanov's medal happens more than often you think, and it's very difficult to do. You still have to win. All right, I think a Kolobanov's medal, I covet this medal more than I do a Razanized Heroes medal. If I get a Razanized Heroes medal, my enemy team has to be shit, but my team has to be equally as shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. You're not going to get a Razanized Heroes medal against green players. You know, very, very rarely. I prefer the Kolobanov's medal. I think this has got more stigma about it than the Razanized Heroes medal, personally. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for that, Mono, or Seal Padder, you dirty Seals clubber you. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.